What's up, heroes? My name is Sylarclone, and welcome back to Crystalline. Actually, today we are going to be starting everything all over, because as of today, it is on early access in Steam, and I'll leave the Steam address in the description down below. I'm honestly maybe a little too excited for this game, but I really don't care. I want to see what this is going to be like. Since I started with Ace Academy, I want to start with this right from day one of the early access, so let's start right on into it. So we're going to start right on over from the beginning, same character name because I can't come up with anything better. And here we go, let's do this. The library is far more quiet than I would have expected at this time of night. The only sound is the gentle hum of the air conditioner. Whoa, that was close. I blink my eyes wide open. Stealthily yawn as I stretch myself up. Stretch to wake myself up, I should say. That's always something to do. Focus. Finals are just around the corner, so I can't afford to slack off. Well, no, you can't. Glancing around me, I notice that I'm the only person left in the study cubicles. It's getting pretty late. I'll go back to the dorms as soon as I finish this last chapter. Famous last words. I flip through the book. Only a few more pages to go. I can do this. Yeah, you can do this. Stealing my resolve, I focus on my textbook. And slowly drift to sleep. Anyways. The words on the screen blur together as my eyelids grow heavy. I fight to keep my eyes open, but my lids continue to droop. I'll just rest them for a second. A second turns into 6 hours, and next thing you know, it's the morning. Something jerks me awake, and my eyes blink open. A bright light illuminates the room, blinding me until all I can see is a stark whiteness. I throw my arm over my eyes to shield it from the light. Ah, it's bright! After a few seconds pass, the light seems to dim, but it doesn't feel like the same fluorescent glow of the library bulbs. Did someone carry us home? Carefully, I unwind and bring my arm down, squinting at a pale blue sky. That's different. A mild breeze tussles my hair. Blades of grass tickle my neck as they wave in the wind. Was it all just a dream? Where am I? That's a good question. I'm about to push myself up off the ground when something pops into view. A round blue blob with 2 dark eyes blinks at me. You are adorable, Pongo. It bobs slightly, like pudding. Well, I'm glad to see that's still in here from the demo. The Pongos are adorable. If they got rid of it, I'd be a little upset. And he's so happy. When it notices my stare, it opens its small mouth and takes a dainty bite of my nose. Oh, stop it. No little nom boops. Hey! The creature's bite doesn't sting, but feels like a cool splash of water. Before it can take another, I scramble to my feet. Okay, clearly we're terrified. The creature tumbles off my head and falls to the ground. Once it lands, it shakes itself off with a gelatinous tremble, clearly unfazed. He's just so happy. Boy! It hops in my foot and opens its mouth again, but I quickly shake it off. Oh! It rolls off my foot and into the dirt, then rights itself up again. Boy. You know, we're being such an a-hole to this thing, but it's being so friendly. It pouts and continues to watch me, but doesn't attempt another bite. Oh, so it pouts, so the little thing just kind of goes, fine. What is that thing? Boy? Did you just read my thoughts? It cocks its head as if wondering the same about me. Okay, so right away, I know I just recently did the demo version. I think that's a slight difference in the text already. I like it. That's unsettling. I take in the scattering of trees around me. Their tall branches kiss the sky. There's a winding dirt trail which weaves through the trees. As I follow it with my gaze, I see smoke billowing out of the thatched roofs of a village in the far distance. Where am I? The last thing I remember is studying at the library. That's it. I must have fallen asleep, and now I'm dreaming. Seriously, this thing knows our thoughts. I glance down at the blue creature. What? At my response, it leaps up.
Boy, boy!
Clearly excited. Whoa! I scramble away from it, and it lands back on the ground with a soft thud. That thing can jump pretty high. I need to be careful. What's your deal?
Boy!
I don't know what that means. It leaps again, and I again retreat. Stop that! I dodge as it jumps. Then I begin to run. It's clearly harmless, dude. Why are you running? To my surprise, the blob keeps pace with a series of nimble bounces.
Boy, boy!
His boing, 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 boing. Seriously, stay back! It musters up one long leap, and I turn around the corner of a sturdy tree to avoid it. I don't notice the other person until too late. Ow. Smooth. That's gonna hurt tomorrow. We painfully collide, and I lose my balance before toppling over. It's a lady. That's a great first impression, dude. Fortunately, my hands catch myself, protecting my fall. When I open my eyes, I see a woman who is all sorts of kawaii. Her eyes are scrunched shut, and her mouth is twisted in a grimace. Well, duh, you just ran into her. Her long blonde hair is splayed out around her, as if she was just knocked to the ground. She lets out a small groan. She blinks open her eyes and fixes her gaze on me. But my bad. This dream has become a wet dream. It most certainly has. Maybe she can give me some answers? Well, first, we don't know if it's a dream just yet. My bad. As I meet her gaze, my face flushes, and I push myself to my feet. Well, I would flush too and blush a little bit, and she's adorable. I'm so sorry. Are you hurt? I extend a hand. She hesitantly accepts it, and I help her up. Well, she would be hesitant. I just ran into her.
Just a little sore, but otherwise I'm fine. Are you hurt?
I love the animation on this. This is great. No, I'm fine. I'm sorry again. I should have paid more attention to where I was going.
It's partially my fault. I was distracted.
What could you be distracted with? I'm distracted now looking at you, but before I really should have been paying attention.
Boy?
The creature is right by my foot again. Are you serious? You're still here? The woman looks surprised,
A pongo!
yet clearly unalarmed. Pongo? Jeez, all that Pokemon last night is making me see things. Hey, no amount of Pokemon has made me ever see anything.
Poke-a-man?
Close enough.
Boy, boy?
Don't you start with me, little Pongo. The Pongo bobs up and down by my foot and nudges me with its head.
Aw, he's a cute one.
And really likes me. He?
Yeah, you can tell by the shape of his eyes.
Did you know that? Oh.
I think he wants you to hold him.
He is kind of cute. It's trying to eat me. Well, it's trying to eat me. He's just kind of going, I doubt that's what he wants. He tried to eat me earlier.
Oh, don't be silly. He's harmless.
I don't believe you. The woman leans down and reaches for the Pongo, but he hops away from her.
You'll probably like this hand better.
She extends her other hand and offers the Pongo her gauntlet. He stares at it before turning away and hiding his face behind my leg.
Boy.
I don't know what this means.
A pongo who refuses magic energy?
Magic energy, you say?
Wait a minute. Are you a mage?
Are we a mage? Level 110 Frost Mage? Of course not. I'm a warrior. That's not a real occupation. Let's see here. Well, it's not really an occupation, but we're not sure this is dreaming or not. And she's mentioned magic energy. I have no idea. I'm a level 110 Frost Mage. Yeah, I play a mage in my MMORPG.
MMORPG?
That's most people's reaction.
You keep saying such strange things.
You keep not understanding what I'm saying. She holds up her gauntlet and a faint, pale light glows. It pulses rhythmically. As she holds it closer to me, it quickens until the pulses almost look like one long pulse. She blinks in surprise. I'm surprised too. I don't know what this means.
Wait, this heightened energy activity, it's you?
Maybe? She analyzes the magic swirly thing on her gauntlet.
I don't see a discharger on you.
A what now?
So then, how is it possible for you to have such a high magical energy reading?
Level 110 Frost Mage.
Are you carrying crystals?
No. I'm not wearing pockets. Well, what I'm wearing doesn't have pockets. No. Not that I know of. She looks me over again. Do you like what you see?
Never mind. It doesn't look like you're carrying crystals. Or anything for that matter.
Nothing at all. I don't know what's going on right now. I was in the library studying for finals and somehow I woke up here.
Oh, are you from the Mage Academy?
110, level 110 Frost Mage. No. The what?
Mage Academy.
I heard you, but what? I rub my temples. Okay. I think I've dozed off long enough. Time to wake up now. She blinks in confusion.
You are awake.
Are we sure about this? No. This is the dream. She frowns, clearly unamused.
I can assure you this is not a dream.
Sure it is. Time for the pinch test. I'm not convinced. You don't run into women this hot in reality. Well, I believe you. You know what? Gotta make up for running into her before. You don't run into women this hot in reality. Only a dream could have a woman as beautiful as you. Smooth. Nice. A devilish grin spreads across her face. Ow. She pulls back her hand and strikes me soundly on the arm. Ow!
Still think this is a dream?
No. Dope. I'm convinced. Just don't hit me again. I rub at the sore spot on my arm. She's mean. Okay. It's not a dream. No woman in my dream would have such a manly punch.
What was that?
That's how you get hit again. Nothing. So, if this place isn't a dream, then where are we?
We're in Meadow Hill.
Yeah, Meadow Hill. I've heard of that. Meadow Hill. Where's that?
It's a part of the Kingdom of Havengard, of course.
Havengard. She looks at me like I'm crazy, as most women do.
It's the largest of the 3 kingdoms.
Still probably got the look on my face.
Actually, where are you from?
Oh, I'm from New York. Gotta talk like New York. No, we're not gonna do that.
New York?
Yeah, you know, part of the USA.
USA. USA?
I guess that would be how it's pronounced, with how it's spelled. No, the United States of America.
The United States of what?
You know, she's got the same reaction I just had to Meadow Hill and everything else.
Never mind that for now.
Let's move on.
If you don't have any crystals, and you don't have a discharger, have you casted recently?
Remember, I don't know what's going on, so I can't answer that question. I shake my head.
Then the amount of energy reading doesn't add up.
I don't know what you mean. She rests her chin in her hands as she thinks. A shiver runs through me as reality begins to set in. This really isn't a dream. Any ideas? She shakes her head.
Maybe the Mage Academy can provide answers.
I'm sure they could. Mage Academy. That's a start. Sounds good to me. How do I get there?
Oh, it's in the center of Illumia.
Can you point me in the direction? I have no idea where I'm going. Where?
Illumia. You follow the path going north until you arrive at the crossroads. Then you head...
I have no idea where she's pointing me to. Her voice trails off as she notices my expression, which was that one I just had.
I'm actually heading back there now. You can come along if you want.
I will absolutely follow. As I contemplated her offer, I look her over again. Can I trust her? Yes. Her posture is naturally straight and gives her an air of authority. She did mention she was out here on some sort of official investigation. Plus, she seems friendly enough. Besides, if I don't go with her, then I'll be wandering around on my own. The chances of me finding this Mage Academy alone without running into any unsavory people are not promising. I can't risk that. I need to find a way back home. I nod. Thanks. I'm Sylarclone, by the way.
I'm Leanna. Leanna Dawn.
Nice to meet you. I hold out my hand for her to shake, but she just stares at it. After keeping my hand out for a few seconds, I begin to feel awkward. Her expression changes to curiosity as she gingerly takes my hand. I grin broadly as I shake her hand firmly. She's a bit startled, but when our gaze meets, she matches my smile.
It's nice to meet you too.
Pleasure's all mine, trust me. I look at her questioningly as she continues to shake my hand. She slips her hand away and blushes. I just wanted to hold her hand, really.
Shall we get going then?
Absolutely. Ready when you are. Liana nods and brings us back onto the path. Then she walks in the direction of the village. The Pongo follows us, staying a step behind. We travel for quite some time together. This animation, though, it's the live 2D that they're using. It's great. Adds a different layer of things, and I'm really enjoying it. It's been pretty silent. I wonder if I should say something. Ask about the Pongo. Yeah, I want to know about the blue blob thing. I glance behind us again. Just as expected, the Pongo hops along. So, the Pongo's still following us. Leanna glances back and grins.
That's not too surprising.
Why? Why not?
Pongos are attracted to magical energy. That's why it was so strange that it showed no interest in my manipulator.
The what now? It's still following us, though.
It's following you.
So I have a new friend?
My readings showed you're full of magical energy. As far as the Pongo is concerned, you're a buffet.
I wonder if in this world bullshit is translated into magic energy, because I'd be full of that. Huh? As I think over what Liana said, I look at the Pongo one more time. This time, he looks right back at me, and his eyes crinkle as he splits into a huge grin.
Boy.
He's so dang cute, though. He leaps up into the air and reaches the height of my waist. Whoa!
Boy.
What? He jumps high again. Liana giggles.
I think he's tired of hopping.
I don't blame him. Yeah, let's carry him. He's not going to eat me. I guess it can be kind of hard to keep up when you're so much smaller than us. I hold up my hands and the Pongo hops right into my palm. But he doesn't stop there. Before I can react, he hops onto my shoulder and jumps again to land on top of my head.
Boy.
As long as you're comfortable, dude. I feel a cool wiggle in my hair. Liana giggles again. What's he doing?
Nothing. He's just so happy.
Good. Are you happy? She reaches out a finger to stroke the Pongo, who chirrups contently. Liana's smile broadens. Then she clears her throat as she tries to take on a more serious expression. Her steps quicken as she resumes walking. Well, I guess we're moving on from the Pongo then. You know, what brought her out there, really? So, not that I'm complaining, but what exactly were you doing out in the field?
The field?
Where you found me, where else?
Oh, there have been rumors of high energy readings around Meadow Hill, so I was sent to investigate.
I am so glad they sent you.
I had already checked out the surrounding area, and there'd been no clear source for all that excess energy until today.
Until today, huh? When you met me. She nods. I hadn't been in the field for very long before you found me, though.
You might be a byproduct of whatever created the energy spike in the first place.
Boy, don't I feel special. What do you think that was?
I'm not sure. I haven't seen readings of that level before.
So either that's really good or really bad. Chances are it's really bad.
The Mage Academy should be able to help explain.
It's a good thing we're on the way there. I wonder what it takes to become a mage. So, besides magic, what else does the Mage Academy teach?
Oh, all the basics. How to use a manipulator, how to control your energy, the many usages and differences between crystals and spheres.
Oh, of course, the natural basics. Crystal, energy, and spheres? Let's try to learn a little bit more about this world. What exactly is this crystal stuff you keep mentioning?
You mean the difference between crystals and crystal spheres? Well, when we refer to crystals, we mean the raw crystals, whereas crystal spheres are the usable refined state.
I still don't know what you're talking about. That's helpful, but I meant crystals in general. She stares at me and narrows her eyes as if trying to judge if I'm serious.
It's the power source for, well, everything.
There we go, that makes more sense. I look blankly at her.
You don't use crystals where you come from?
No. Her mouth falls open and she looks at me in bewilderment.
With no crystals, what else do you use to power things?
Lots of things. Lots of stuff. I count off on my fingers. The sun, water, wind, nuclear fission, fossil fuels like coal or oil. Her eyes widen with each item I list. She's about to speak, but I'm not finished. Geothermal, waves, tidal, and hydrogen.
Okay.
A little overwhelmed there. Did you just blush? She shakes her head incredulously.
I get it.
Incredulously.
You have your own methods
Still
of energy.
mispronounced that.
Many methods.
Yes, we do. Leanna's eyes sparkle as she falls into a pensive silence. A small smile plays at her lips while she considers what I've said. I might have overwhelmed her a little, but she actually seems interested in all of our methods for harnessing energy. And I want to know about this gauntlet thing. Without seeming too suspicious, I try to get a better look at her gauntlet. What was that thing she was doing with it earlier? Leanna notices me staring and shifts uncomfortably.
Are you okay?
I guess? Yeah, I was just curious about your gauntlet.
Oh, my manipulator?
Yes, that. Sure.
All mages have a manipulator. It's how we use energy to interact with the elements around us.
Okay. Wait, you mean you can cast spells?
I suppose that's one way to phrase it.
Interesting. Whoa! Can you show me something cool?
Like what?
Tornado power, cast magic missile. Anything, really. Yeah, anything, really. It doesn't have to be... We just want to see something cool, really. I don't know. Do anything. Liana pauses while she thinks. Just something amused the poor man. Then her face brightens. She got something. She lifts up her gauntlet and points towards the Pongo. He levitates in the air, much to the Pongo's surprise. We should have at least warned him. As he hovers in the air, he looks in awe around him and opens his mouth, trying to eat the air. Leanna giggles and gently places him back down. That was so cool. That is kind of cool. Rather than that's it. Well, that's really cool. We didn't really specify anything. That's sweet. Whoa, that was amazing. Leanna smiles shyly as she brushes a stray lock of hair behind her ear.
It was nothing.
Yeah, okay, then you wouldn't be blushing and doing the hair curl thing. What else can you do?
There's a lot more my manipulator can do, but I think it's best if I conserve the energy for now.
Oh, fine. I nod. That makes sense. I listen for the sounds of wildlife as we continue walking. I can hear the usual song of birds and the faint whoosh of wings flapping in the air. Occasionally, there's a rustle amid the trees, and I even swat at the bugs buzzing around my eyes. It all feels very familiar, reminding me of home. Leanna clears her throat.
So, you're from USA?
USA. USA, not USA. USA, but yeah.
Which kingdom is that in?
Good question. How do we phrase this? How should I phrase this? I need to just stop talking and read. In the kingdom of North America. She frowns and scratches her neck.
I'm a little ashamed to say I'm not familiar with that place. Where is it?
I'm not familiar with your world at all, or this place at all anyways. On Earth?
Earth?
Yeah. Okay, time to take a different approach. Let me see if I can explain. Alright. Tell me where we are again. Tell me where we are right now.
In Meadow Hill.
And where's that?
In the kingdom of Havengard.
And where is Havengard?
In the land of Asaria.
And what is that a part of?
Terra, of course.
Okay, so Terra is my Earth. She pauses as my words sink in. Then she gasps.
Wait, are you not from Terra?
Ding, 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 ding. She gets it. From what I've heard so far, I'm not. She looks concerned.
How did you get here?
I don't know. Magic. That's what I'm hoping the Mage Academy can tell me.
Right, but I mean, how did you come to Meadow Hill specifically? Do you remember anything before you were in the field?
I think back. I was studying in the library, and I'd been extra tired because that's the same day I have my evening class. And I still remember everything about me and my past, which is good. Yeah.
Well, at least we know you don't have amnesia.
Oh, positive side. I nod. She lapses back into silence, looking thoughtful. I have a lot to think about myself. My head is swimming with everything I've learned so far. Although, there are some similarities between Terra and Earth. I've only scratched the surface on all the differences. I really hope the Mage Academy can explain what's going on. And more importantly, how I can get back home.
Boy.
You. The pongo flips in front of my eyes, and I carefully scoop him back into the place on my head. Whoa! What happened there? Did you slip?
Boy.
Is it my imagination, or did that poi sound a little sheepish? Leanna looks over and grins.
You were trying to get a good look at our friend here, weren't you?
He's just getting jealous of what you're seeing. I feel movement on my head as I assume the pongo nods.
Looks like someone got a little adventurous and lost his footing.
Yeah, a little bit, probably.
Boy.
Yeah. I let out a chuckle as Leanna giggles. Once the pongo is secured, we continue walking. This thing is absolutely adorable. The sun dips in the sky and bathes the tips of the trees in a soft glow. My feet ache in protest with each step I take, and my legs are tight from all the walking. Lazy. Oh, this is a cute little town. Finally, we come upon the perimeter of the village. Leanna grins as she leads me through the gates.
Here we are, Meadow Hill Village.
We made it! I take the time to catch my breath and discreetly rest my burning muscles. Oh boy, that's a lot of walking. Body can't take this. Need to stop sitting on my butt doing nothing. Leanna hardly seems affected by the long trek. We're finally here. How is this close? We're finally here. We made it. I pull my arms into a stretch. Whew. That was quite the journey. Leanna masks a chuckle. Don't laugh at me.
A journey?
Yeah, that's a lot of walking. I nod. This time she can't quite hold back her laugh.
Let's continue. We can rest at the inn tonight.
Very good. I can really use the rest. As she resumes walking, I ignore my screaming legs and follow her. Just, okay, legs, we gotta go. Let's follow the pretty lady. The village is still bustling with people, even at this time of day. I suppose they're getting in their last errands before nightfall. For the most part, everyone seems to focus on their own tasks. They barely glance at Liana, but when their gazes are drawn to me, they don't look away. Well, I'm used to that. I'm rather tall, so I kind of stand out in a crowd. In fact, their steps slow, and they crane their necks as we pass. Well, this makes me feel awkward and like I stand out like a sore thumb. Now I know how an animal feels at the zoo. Leanna overhears my muttering and watches the people around us.
It's your clothes. They're very peculiar.
What's peculiar about a t-shirt? What I'm wearing is normal where I'm from. Even though the stares are directed at me, Leanna seems equally uncomfortable. Oh yeah, because I'm traveling with her, duh.
Okay, new plan. Let's stop by the shops before they close. We don't need to draw attention to ourselves.
Any unwanted attention, you mean? I instinctively pat my back pocket where I keep my wallet. I doubt they'll accept card here. Or dollars. Didn't think this one through. I don't have any money.
That's okay. I'll take care of it.
Oh, that's sweet of you. That's really generous of you. I like a girl who's independent. Don't make a big deal of it. Well, that's really generous of her. She really doesn't have to do any of this. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
It's understandable given your circumstances.
Thanks. I'm glad you understand. I'll pay you back once I can. Leanna smiles and nods. Leanna changes direction and leads me towards an adjacent street. There are rows of quaint shops lining both sides of the road. I read the signs as we walk by. Edward's Apothecary, Blackstone Forge, Dragonscale Armory. Huh.
What is it?
I was just thinking how convenient it is that everything's in English here.
English?
Yeah. I should have expected the question based on how our previous conversations have gone, but I'm still a little taken aback. It's what we're speaking now.
We're speaking common.
Different strokes for different folks, whatever. What? Leanna pauses in front of a shop and peers inside. Satisfied, she motions for me to follow.
Never mind. Come on in. We're here.
Let's keep dropping the awkward subjects. Let's just get some new clothes. Some fresh new threads, as I think that's what the kids say. I don't know. I step in the shop, and the first thing I notice is the overpoweringly musty smell of leather. That's a great smell. It's not surprising considering the walls are lined with different types of leatherware. A small, elderly man emerges from the back. A pair of round glasses sits on his nose as an apron hangs around his neck.
Welcome. Please, take a look around.
I want this green hat that's down here, and, well, there's nothing else that really appeals here. His smile falters when he notices me. Leanna clears her throat.
We're looking for a new wardrobe for my friend here.
As you can tell, I don't dress very well.
Yes, of course.
I'm sure you understand. The shopkeeper blinks back to reality and resumes his pitch.
Well, you've come to the right place. We tan our hides and stitch the pieces ourselves. You won't find any finer quality than here.
Some fine craftsmen we're going to have here. Some fine leather making. Leanna smiles politely and strolls towards the selections. I check out two seemingly identical leather vests, both of which are marked at different prices. I really can't see a difference between the two. Maybe they boost different stats. Hey, Leanna. She turns around. Which one of these will increase my focus, intelligence, dexterity, strength, defense? How about my intelligence, because I'm lacking in that department. Intelligence. She raises an eyebrow and nods. Then she picks out a random shirt.
This one does.
Okay. Really? Leanna giggles. Did she just troll me? I guess I kind of deserved it. Yeah, we did. Very funny. So, none of these raise any stats? Leanna gives me a weird look.
Do your clothes where you come from raise stats?
No. Only if you consider cool points to be a stat. She looks just as confused as before. Never mind. We tried. She smiles as we continue perusing. One by one, Leanna and I pick out my new outfit. Once all the pieces have been chosen, she goes to haggle with the shopkeeper. I tune out of their discussion and watch the people passing by. It's a great thing to do. We're in a new area, big town, small town, really. Perfect time to kind of people watch. See what we can learn. Their clothing are simple in design, meant to be more functional than aesthetic, much like what I'm wearing now. To my surprise, everyone walks around armed. This village doesn't seem dangerous, but looks can be deceiving.
Why don't you get changed now? There's a space in the back to give you some privacy.
You want to watch? I nod and take the clothes from her. Once I've ensured privacy, I quickly get changed. Oh, I could use the help, though. Intelligence is lacking. Need help getting clothes on. Luckily, these clothes have pockets, and I can just transfer everything over. I palm my wallet, deck of cards, and loose change. Next is my phone. I try to turn it on, just to see if it'll work. But it doesn't react. The battery must be dead. Should have charged it before we went to study. I get the feeling they don't have wall chargers here. What gave that away? Shrugging it off, I slip my phone into my pocket too. Let's keep that in mind. I don't know if that's going to come into play later, but I want to see if it does. When I emerge, Leanna gives me a once-over. How do I look? Fabulous as always. How about perfect? She grins and nods in satisfaction.
Wow, look at you. Just like a native. This look suits you.
Why, thank you. You're just saying that. I'm going to blush now. I match her grin. Thanks.
Let's go find the inn now.
All right. Let's go. She heads out of the shop and I follow her. She is kind of leading the way. We got to follow her. Actually, maybe we can stop by the armory? She pauses and looks curiously at me.
Armory? You want to get a weapon?
Why not? Her question is careful, cautious. The goal is to blend in, right? It's weird that a person wearing leather armor is traveling unarmed. I look like a hostage or something.
You do have a point. Plus, it could come in handy.
You never know. Why do I not like the sound of that?
Do you know how to use a weapon?
Yes. Again, although her voice holds no hostility, I can sense her caution. Don't want just some random person that you just met running around with a weapon he doesn't know how to use. I practice kendo competitively. She blinks. It's a type of sword fighting where I come from.
I see.
Leanna falls silent as she gazes out into the street. After an extended pause, she nods. See, she knows it's a good idea. Don't trust Sylarclone with a weapon, though. She'll come to realize that. We head to the forge where rows of blades ranging from long swords to short daggers hang from the wall. And guns apparently in armor and shields, and this place is great. All the blades look fairly plain, but the steel edges glint dangerously amidst the warm glow of the forge. Unlike the previous shopkeeper, the metalsmith ignores us as he pounds out a red-hot blade. Well, yeah, he's mostly just making the stuff. Sparks jump out from the clanging metal, reminding me of fireflies. Leanna lets me browse the swords. I reach for one that catches my eyes. As I gently remove it from the shelf, I miscalculate its weight and drop it. Yeah, carefully. The steel scratches the ground with a sharp screech. The metalsmith pauses in his work to glower a warning. I don't blame him. Liana looks on in shock.
Careful!
Yeah, I know. I quickly right the sword back up and grip it tightly. Liana now watches me with intrigue.
Is this the first time you've held a sword?
No. Practice once only. I lift, bro. Just a minor miscalculation. I got it. Yeah, I got it. Just a little miscalculation. I tried to be gentle with it. It was just shockingly heavy. I got it. Shaking my head, I take a practice swing with the sword, and it glides gracefully in the air. Leanna looks impressed.
Was that a move from your kendo?
Sure. I nod.
Not bad.
Thanks. I swing again, and the movement flows naturally. The sword cuts through the air with a sharp thwing, which we just heard. I can't help but admire how smoothly it slices. This is high-quality craftsmanship. I mean, I'm sure the guy just made it earlier this morning, which is why he glared a warning at us. Let's go with this one. As before, Leanna discusses with the shopkeeper. When she returns, I strap the sword to my belt. We make one more stop to gather supplies for our travel. By the time we're finished, the sun is set and darkness blankets the sky. It's a beautiful night. The town is aglow with soft lights glint from within houses and the lampposts on the streets. As we pass by a lamppost, I peek inside and see a small crystal shining brilliantly. Using the lights to guide us, we find the inn. Oh, so that's cool. So we get a little up close and personal look of the crystals and the magic energy there she was talking about earlier. And there are even crystals on the table, so kind of like candles too, and on the walls. I take a seat at one of the crude tables while Liana talks to the innkeeper behind the bar. I wouldn't say those tables are crude to his face, though. There are a scattering of other patrons, mostly men who sit alone, nursing a tankard of what I assume to be ale. I stifle a yawn. Now that I've had the chance to sit down, I feel the full weight of my fatigue. Luckily, Liana returns and hands me a key.
This is your room for the night. It's right next to mine.
Why couldn't we share the same room? I'd keep you warm. Thanks. She nods.
They should be coming out with our dinner soon. Then we should get to sleep. We have an early start tomorrow.
So first you buy me new clothes, then you buy me a sword, and now you're buying me dinner and a place to sleep? This girl's great. My stomach grumbles in anticipation. Sorry. Leanna smiles as she sits in the empty stool next to mine. Our meals arrive and I stare at the bowl before me. It's a goopy, thick stew and looks about as appetizing as dog food. But it smells pretty good. Looks can be deceiving. What is this?
It's stew.
Thank you. What kind of stew?
Rabbit.
Delicious. A brief image of a cute, fluffy bunny flashes across my eyes.
Is something wrong?
No. Is there normal stew? Meat is murder. Nope. All good. I only eat non-GMO, all-natural, vegan, certified, gluten-free, 100% whole grain, no trans fat, grass-fed, no preservative, organic, pasture meats. Nope. All good. We're all good. I'm all about trying new foods. Nothing's wrong. This is fine, thanks. I take a tentative bite of my stew.
How is it?
Adequate, different, amazing. You know, let's go with amazing here. We're hungry. This is even better than I expected. Leanna grins as she digs in. I finish eating and Leanna cleans her bowl. Then the two of us head upstairs. She pauses in front of her room, and I stop in front of mine. Are you sure you don't want to come up to mine for the night? Good night.
Good night.
I'm about to enter my room when I hear a small voice.
Polly?
You've been awfully quiet. Looking down, I see the Pongo back at my feet. Now that I think about it, ever since we entered the village, he's been awfully silent. Have you been following us this whole time, or did you lose us and find us again? The Pongo blinks twice and bounces.
Boy.
I don't know what that means.
Pongos aren't exactly welcomed everywhere.
Why? He's adorable. Why's that?
Well, they absorb the energy around them, including crystals which are used to light lampposts or other similar items.
Okay, I can see where that could be a problem. I can see how that would be bad.
I think this guy knew to stay out of sight once we came in here.
He's a smart little guy that he is. What if someone sees him here?
As long as he doesn't stray too close to a crystal, he'll be fine. People only make a fuss when it looks like their crystal might be drained.
Yeah, that makes sense. Got it. She reaches towards the Pongo.
Do you want to sleep with me tonight?
Yes, Pongo, not me.
Boy.
The Pongo snuggles against my leg. Leanna sighs.
I thought as much.
We can rectify this problem if you share my room. She opens a door and flashes me one last smile.
Sleep well.
You too. She disappears into her room. I open my door and step through. The Pongo perks up.
Boy.
Oh, he's excited. He knows it's bedtime. Let him in. I step away from the door and the Pongo hops in. As I close the door behind him, he continues to hop around the room, as if inspecting it. Yawning widely, I collapse onto the bed. The Pongo continues to circle the room. You've got a lot of energy, dude. Are you looking for a good place to sleep?
Boy.
I think you found one. He suddenly leaps up and lands on my bed. Then he bounces to the foot of the bed and wiggles himself a cozy little nest by creating a small crater on the top of the blanket. I can't help but grin at the little guy. He is adorable. Good night, Pongo.
Boy.
And good night, everyone. I'm going to end the episode here. This has been great so far. I'm noticing some minor differences from the one episode I did on the demo, and feel free to check that out. I'll leave the link to that in the description down below as well. I can't wait to see how this is going. This has been a lot of fun so far. I can't wait to learn a little bit more about this too, much like I did with Ace Academy. And as always, if you did enjoy the video, let me know by hitting the like button down below and leaving a comment. If you're new to the channel, unleash your power by hitting the subscribe button today as well, and I will see all you heroes in the next video. I plan to pump this thing out as best as I can to get to the end of the chapters that are out so far and see how things progress and develop, and I hope you guys will enjoy the journey as well. And I'll see you all next time. Thanks so much for watching. May the Force be with you, and have a great rest of your day. Take care.